Tory Remainers, Labour Remainers are not giving up. Part of the plot to get rid of Boris Johnson as Prime Minister is not for the same reason that some of us who are frustrated with Boris Johnson's policies, left-wing wet policies. They have a different agenda. They have been using the mainstream media, your BBCs and all the papers, and just generally speaking, the hacks, as a platform to remove Boris Johnson as Prime Minister so they could genuinely not just reverse Brexit, but completely change the whole of the picture that we have in British politics. Not that Boris Johnson is some sort of sound conservative Thatcherite, no. But what could come after him, if you allow these guys to win, is even worse. Tobias Ellwood, of all people, is basically signaling that he wants to become Prime Minister. That's always going to be backing Jeremy Hunt, another Tory Remainer, to become Prime Minister. This coup is basically Tobias Ellwood was leading it, one of the people leading it, to say that basically ditch Boris Johnson and then rejoin the single market, which means the European Union, and we should just be fine with it. Because the problems we are facing, the cost of living crisis and the high taxes and everything else, is not because of Rishi Sunak being the socialist chancellor. It's not because of what's going on in Ukraine. It's not because of all these years of lockdown. No. It's because of Brexit. That's what they say. It's because of Brexit. I mean, they want us to go into the European Union. He wrote an article, Tobias Ellwood, Tory MP, saying we can upgrade Brexit and ease the cost of living by going back into the single market. You do realize rejoining the single market or the European Union means everything will be out of our control. Everything from, this is ironic, but border control, which we're not actually controlling, but completely will be out of our hands. The trade deals that they have to go, everything we've signed, and all the issues that we're currently facing is going to get even worse. But as a solution to fix the problems that we are having economically, right? Why the European Union and single market when the Eurozone inflation is reaching, well, 8.1%, in some places going closer to 10%. If we are saying that it's a solution, the European Union, their own energy ministers are basically holding crisis talks because of the gas crisis and Putin's gas crisis. Why are they the model of economic competence? Why are they the model of political unity? We know exactly what they're planning to do, these idiots. When you have Michael Heseltine, who's still been invited to go on the legacy media, your BBC and Sky. Why do we keep having Heseltine as a commentator to talk about British politics? Because they only invite him to talk about Brexit. You know, if they invite him to talk about his management of Liverpool back then in the 80s, then I want to listen to see what he has to say. You know, how the Tories messed it up. But he keeps talking about Brexit. Watch this, because he basically leaked accidentally their agenda about getting rid of Boris Johnson. It's all about rejoining the European Union.
If it were to be established that the Prime Minister has been lying, then that is going to open a can of worms, because very large numbers of people, now a majority of people, believe that the Brexit case was actually a pack of lies. You know, all the easy trade deals, the no border in Ireland, the bonfire regulations.
See, I told you, that's exactly what they want. We have to be careful on this side of the political spectrum, the more conservative side. If we are the anti-establishment conservatives, we have to make sure that any plot against Boris Johnson, if it's done by these people, it has to be stopped. And if we're going to have a conversation about replacing him with someone better, if we have an option, ideally Lord Frost. But if we can't have Lord Frost, then we have to make sure we don't accidentally replace Boris with some idiot, more of an idiot, as a left-wing Tory, because that's a bigger problem. I'm not saying this to automatically back Boris by default. That's a bad idea as well. Unless Boris Johnson changes his government and changes the policies, I can't completely back his policies. But at the same time, I really don't want Tobias Ellwood or Jeremy Hunt or Keir Starmer to lead this country either. It's a lose-lose situation for us, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Platinum Jubilee. Nobody is representing us. But we're going to come back in half an hour with more updates. Subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell next to it. That's the best way to get notified. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.